I'm up, awake, okay, everything went well, and I will explain it all in a little bit. Hey everybody, how's it going? Continuing my blog journey adventure series here. I recorded a good portion of this while I was in the hospital. My throat's still sore, so if I sound a little hoarse, it's from the intubation. It'll be alright, but things went well today. Surgery went well. I still have an awful headache from the anesthesia. I get that way with the Chiari, especially I'm not supposed to like really put my neck back far and to intubate me and put the tube down my throat. I had to lay on my side and really stretch out, and causes me to have bad headaches, you know, worsens the pain. So I had to be intubated, as I said, so they had to put a breathing tube down my throat. So it took a little bit longer than I expected, but what the original plan today was to do, they were going to do an endoscopy, put a camera down my throat, and check out my esophagus, my stomach, map out everything for the bariatric surgery, and kind of go from there, see if there was any damage. If there was, try and repair it as well, because of all the years of vomiting. My body's reaction to pain is to vomit. So unfortunately, you know, I've done that multiple times still for ages now. So that was kind of where we were at. I have a lot of erosion and damage to my stomach. I have multiple ulcers. They cut out some of the ulcers and they did biopsies on them, so I'll have the pathology report from there shortly. They determined that the stomach wall, all the lining that you have, the protective lining, is ruined, and they weren't able to repair all the erosion in my esophagus yet. I was put on a new medication. It is sucralfate. It's a 1 gram tablet. I have to take this 1 tablet by mouth 3 times daily before a meal, and 1 tablet at bedtime. So basically 4 times a day. It's hopefully going to help repair the damage to my stomach lining and help with the ulcers, on top of the other stuff that I already take for reflux and whatnot. I did record a vlog in the surgery center. Thought it'd be a good backdrop and kind of walk you guys through everything that happened. And I used my wireless Bluetooth headset as a microphone, and unfortunately it didn't sync right, so the audio is null. You can't hear anything of which I'm saying through most of it, so that's pretty much unrecoverable. That's not going to work, so I apologize for this kind of quick little sit-down thing, but I just I wanted to let people know how everything was going. It was a rough day, though. Unfortunately, I'm in a lot of pain now. Throat hurts, and they couldn't get an IV, and I have terrible veins from years of you know, I've always had bad veins to begin with, and then on top of it, years of needing IVs constantly. You know, there's a lot of scar tissue, so it's pretty hard to access my veins when need be. And, you know, I got stabbed, and, you know, just repeatedly stabbed, and it's just, you know, even up here, I have it going up my arm where I have, you know, IV access points. Finally, they got it after bleeding all over the place, but it was not a fun time, but you know, all in all, it was a success for what they set out to do. I'm kind of upset because this news today, it doesn't push back the surgery, so that's good, but it also makes it so I can't have it done any sooner. So that's a little disheartening to hear. At one point, there might have been a possibility for me to have the surgery a little bit sooner. Right now, I guess tentatively they're looking at about July to have it done. But with this, I have to have the same, you know, procedure redone in 2 months after taking the medication and go from there. This Thursday, I also have the follow-up for my sleep study to see the damage on my brainstem and determine if I have central apnea or not. We'll go from there. Get to have a slumber party in the hospital. I'm going to take you guys with me, see what happens there. All in all, I'm just stressed. I always get emotional when from anesthesia. I know it's odd, but it's kind of a reaction that I have. I get a little bit weepy, you know. It's like being on your period, but I get a little over emotional. But I'm just hearing the news that it it's not a total negative. I'm not trying to be negative Nelly here and be like, oh, a step back, but just the news that I now have to possibly wait a little bit longer. It doesn't push the surgery out further, but it just, in a sense, it's still scheduled around the same time, but it removes the possibility of getting it done sooner. That's disheartening. And also, I've been sticking to this diet, the exercise. I've been in a lot of pain, and still I've been, doing the yoga, doing the walking, watching what I eat. And the problem is that I'm not a normal, fat guy. I'm not a normal patient. Everybody else that was in the group nutrition meeting is just typically large and wants to lose weight. And unfortunately, I have to remember that I am disabled. I am unique per se, and I can't, do things that they might do or participate in diets that they might, because my body doesn't tolerate change well, and I have to go slow. But I'm just frustrated because I'm trying so hard and I'm working really hard. I knew I wasn't going to see instant success, but I haven't lost any weight really, a pound or two here or there, but I have so many forces working against me at this point that I feel like I'm running uphill and there's a boulder about to chase me back down. I'm still positive, but I'm struggling. I'm depressed, to put it lightly. I need this, and I need this change, and there's so many forces in my way. It's little things. No matter, even with the diet and the exercise, I have the hormones that hold on to the body weight and the water retention from my body being in that flight scenario that I explained. And then what happened from years of pain medication and different treatments and therapies, my pituitary gland stopped producing testosterone. So my body had such heightened levels of estrogen that I actually could have gone through a form of menopause essentially, had I not gone on hormone therapy. So now I receive testosterone injections every other week. Problem is, it's a steroid. That's what guys use for steroids in the WWE. It's Ginger Juice Mahal. And it's a form of it anyways. So the steroids cause me to gain weight, and the treatments that they do as far as the injections cause you to gain weight. So I'm trying to lose weight, but if I don't get some of the injections and I don't get some of the treatments or the testosterone, I'm looking at a world of other issues. Too much estrogen, too much things like that. Originally they thought I had pituitary cancer, or I could end up with breast cancer, for God's sakes. My daughter thinks that's hilarious. Thanks, Danny. But, I was at a severe risk for it, and for all different types of cancers, and it's a struggle. So as hard as I'm trying, and as much as I'm working on everything, there's so many opposing forces working against me. And I hate the fact that at this point in time, I kind of just have to accept it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to work on everything and struggle and scratch and claw my way to success. It's just I got to work even harder. And right now, it's a literal hard pill to swallow. So I know I sound a little more disheartened than usual, but it's unfortunate because I'm working very hard. I'm trying to make all these proper life changes and get some control and the ball back in my court for once. And I just don't want it to be that how hard I work gets me nowhere. So I told you guys from the beginning I was going to be as real and raw with you as possible, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't sit here and eat. I'm not hungry. They tell me to eat 3 meals a day. I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat. A lot of these things a lot of people don't understand. They look at you and they think, oh, look at Tubby there. He must, pound down the Big Macs, and couldn't be further from the truth. I need a change. I did rely on soda for caffeine, but I've cut that out. I'm drinking straight water, 1 cup of coffee a day. I do what I can to exercise as much as possible. My body hurts. I'm in a lot of pain with the arthritis, but I'm trying. and I don't want to let my daughter down. And as I said before, one of the biggest driving factors is I hate that we can't do as much as a family, and I hate that I feel like an embarrassment. I'm 30, and it sickens me that, you know, I'm the biggest out of the room of all the parents at our softball meeting. And it's less about me being insecure, which I am. I do care what other people think, and I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. They probably don't even bat an eye, but it's something that I dealt with all my life. I've always been bullied, so I always feel like someone whispering is talking about me, and I should work on that eventually too, but I just don't want to embarrass my daughter. I don't want, you know, her to have to drag the ogre around. I want her to, you know, I know she loves me, and I know she'd do anything for me, and I know she doesn't look at me like that, but I never want to embarrass her. I hate the way people look at me at, you know, when I'm out with Courtney, and she has to carry the groceries at times, and people think, oh, look at this asshole just being lazy. When realistically, I'm not supposed to lift anything over 25 pounds, and I can't do certain things, and it's hard to be judged. So I'm kind of all over the place, but like I said, I'm a little bit exhausted and hurting, still drugged and emotional, and I'm rambling. But, you know, the surgery went well. Not the best news. I was hoping to have this done a little bit sooner, not losing the weight like I want to, even though I'm doing very well with the diet and the exercise. It's just too many forces working against me. I've got a few more appointments coming up to you know, discuss what I can do, because I can't be without hormone therapy, without risking, you know, issues with such as kidney or liver failure and possibilities of cancer. So I've got to figure out what I can do instead. And that's the problem with all these medications today. You take one, and then you need 5 more to, you know, fix the side effects of that one med. So, but I'm, you know, got Raw in the background. I'm finally caught up. I'm looking forward to doing the Raw review. WrestleMania, you know, was okay, but the review was fantastic. Had a lot of fun with all you guys there. So hopefully everybody's doing well, and just know that I love you all, and I thank you. And if you guys, I still want to do that Q&A episode. So if you have any personal questions or things you want to ask, things you want to know, I'm still collecting questions. I'm going to do that the next episode. It was supposed to be this one, but obviously a busy weekend kept me from doing so. So again, make sure you go ahead and comment down below if you got any questions, comments, things you want to add to. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for getting me to 700 subscribers. That was pretty cool as well. Yesterday I found that out. Didn't even realize it until the notification popped up, so thank you. And I will continue to upload. I'll see you guys in the Raw review, and I will talk to you all soon. Stay sexy, and have a good night.